Hello, my name is Isis. I'm 61 years old, originally French. I lived in Britain a long time. I identify as binational French and British, and I've been living in Switzerland for the past 30 years of my life, more or less. Anyway, you expect French people to be blonde hair or light brown hair with blue eyes, green eyes, etc. That's absolutely not true. We are a very, very mixed race nation. You only have to look at our national football team to have an idea. That being said, very often, because I have a slight Asian look, I found that through genealogical research that I have a tiny percent of would-be Asian, not really Asian, but kind of ancestry that looks a little bit Asiatish. Not Chinese, not Japanese, not Thai, none of this. Never mind this. That's another topic. When I was younger, I looked a lot more Asian. And I used to play on it because I thought it was fun. Until people started to make racist comments to me, giving me racist attitudes. When I was young, that used to make me very, very, very angry. Now that I'm 61, I have more an FU reaction. I'm young, that used to really make me incredibly sad and angry. Example, within a social contest, I'd be with my husband, and then he'd be introducing me to people he more or less knew from work. Oh, hello, what do you do, na? Where'd you come from? And I'd say, hey, nice meeting you. And I says, I'm French. And the immediate reaction would be, you're not French. I am. No, you're not. I say something in French. And I'd go, I don't have to say something in French. I am French. End of story. Where do you come from? No, you're not French. Come on. Where do you really come from? Where you adopted? You come from the colonies. Where does your mother come from? Where does your father come from? Where does your grandmother come from? Where does her grandmother come from? This is insulting on so many levels. Why? Because when you talk to me like that, or to anyone looking like me like that, what you really are doing is calling me a liar. You saying I don't come where I say I come from. You saying you know me better than I know myself. That's pretty insulting. You're completely denying my existence, my life experience. You are completely erasing me. She's not French. She must be, I don't know, Japanese or Thai or Burmese or whatever it is. This is extremely insulting. If I were Chinese or Thai or Japanese or Burmese mixed with French, I would say I am Franco-Chinese or Franco whatever, although this is really none of your business. But I would say it. For most of my life, I had no idea where this look came from. No idea. Nobody looks like me in my family, and I'm not adopted. I wish I had been for another reason, but I'm not. My biological father looked like this, and he also had no idea. But that was a big trauma for him because of racism. So people constantly say, where do you come from? Where do you come from? You're not French, you're not French. This is so insulting. And this is so hurtful, incredibly. And don't you say I'm being sensitive. This is not sensitive. This is logical. I have friends telling me, oh, you're too sensitive about this Asian thing. It's not being sensitive. When somebody speaks hurtful word to you, it hurts. Now, do those people mean to be stupid? Do they mean to hurt me, to insult me? Not sure. But if you're one of these people who do this, now you know how insulting it is. And I am begging you, when you meet somebody who looks that they're not completely white, or they're not completely black, or they're not completely Asian, or they're not completely Martian or Venusian or whatever, do not ask them why they look the way they look. First of all, it's none of your business. If we want to tell you exactly where we come from, what DNA we have, we will. But this sort of information has to be earned with trust, on time. We make friends, we talk, and maybe after 3-4 years of talking about really intimate issues, one day this topic will come up. And we might talk about it because we want to share this with somebody we trust, with somebody we love, not with a random Karen who's just making assumption. Don't make assumption about people you don't know just based on the way they look or the way they dress. That's another thing. I love ethnic clothing. I love African clothing, Indian clothing, Chinese clothing. I own tons of this stuff. I love it. And during the summer, I'm having a great time, dressing up with clothes like that. And I've often received, funny looks or insults or very, very derogatory comments. Now, someone I love once told me, if you're going to dress with a Chinese jacket and a Samsung, don't be surprised if people are going to insult you and think you're Chinese. To which I answered, I should have the right to dress any way I bloody want without this being an open invitation to idiots to insult me. I'm not doing anything wrong. Like if I see somebody completely dressed in black, I'm not going to assume it's a widow or it's someone belonging to a cult or it's, first of all, I don't care. Second, let them dress the way they want without making ridiculous or nasty assumption. Leave people alone, please. As long as they're not disturbing you, leave people alone. Leave people looking like me alone. If we want to tell you, we will. And remember that most of us, we don't know where this comes from. Now, the ancestry DNA thingy is fairly recent. Now, if we want to know, we can. But prior to that, we had no idea. We had to rely on relatives telling us, well, I heard a rumor that back in... That's all we had to go on. So this hurts so much. Leave us alone. Don't ask us where we come from. Or if we do and we tell you, in my case, I'm French, voila, accept it. I always answered, I'm French, because this is what I could most relate to. Born, raised, going to school, first language, voila, I'm French. And at the time, not many French children looked like me. That was a lot harder. Now, French people look like everyone, everything in the whole world. Now when I say I'm French, yeah, one of them mixed French people. Leave us alone. All right? Can't we just get along and accept each other? There is this saying that there's so much more that unites us than separates us. I'm not sure if that's true. I wish it were, but as long as we always have these currents making those ridiculous assumption and practicing these micro racist attacks, how are we going to evolve? How are we going to support each other to evolve as a society? Please, When we tell you we come from such and such, just say, uh-huh, and walk on. Thank you.